Hey, good morning, everybody. It is time to do a book haul for everything I got last month. This month, I decided that I was actually going to keep track of my ebooks as well as the physical books, and I've realized that may have been a mistake. So, let's knock everything out. I'm going to go through this as quickly as possible, and we'll just see where we go from there. All right, now I forgot to keep track of how much I spent on the physical books, although it wasn't as much as you might think. However, on all my ebooks and audiobooks, I spent about $14 total, and we've got like 50 books to go through. So, some of the ebooks, we're not going to get into detail. I'm going to go over the physical books first, let everybody see what I picked up, and hopefully you see something interesting. First and foremost, I do have the Illumicrate version of Fathom Folk, which I still need to read. I've had it for over a year. But that never stops me because when they came up with a version of Tideborn, also by Eliza Chan, I decided I might as well get that one too. So, having not read Fathom Folk, I picked up this one. This one's not part of the subscription. I actually canceled the subscription, but I had picked this one up because I knew I had the first book in the series. So, absolutely gorgeous, by the way. Uh, I find that Illumicrate, the subscription has a lot of YA stuff, which is probably not my style, but they always put out a pretty book. And look at the colors. Gotta love that blue fading into black. Absolutely gorgeous. Can't tell you a whole lot about the book since it's a book two and I don't want to get spoilery. But this one I did pick up, and that's probably the most expensive thing I got all month. Other thing, Tor Nightfire graciously sent me a copy. This is a re-release. Stephen Graham Jones has re-released Mapping the Interior. Super short novella, though. I should be able to knock this out pretty quick. And this is actually, I've got some SGJ around here, but this is going to be the first one I read. So, go figure. We'll see how that goes. But again, thank you, Macmillan / Tor / Nightfire, for sending that to me. Definitely going to get that one read. And then recently, of course, it was Indie Bookstore Day. So we had to go down to the local bookstore. And I picked up, this one's not normally on my list, but I thought it looked pretty cool. So I picked up Remarkably Bright Creatures by Shelby Van Pelt. Now, this may seem like a pretty weak stack for Independent Bookstore Day, but trust me, I took my wife with me. And since I get so many free books and stuff in the normal course of a month, she got a stack. I got one. She got a stack. And even the one I got, she's borrowing when I'm done. So we did drop some bucks at the Indie Bookstore Day. That was probably actually the most money. Now that wasn't specifically for me, but yeah, that's the most money was spent. So what's the other $14 spent on? Well, first and foremost, Simon & Schuster sent me an ebook of Enemy at the Gates by Vince Flynn, which I appreciate. Anybody who knows the Vince Flynn series, I believe this is part of the American Assassin series. I don't have it in front of me. I do apologize for that. Again, it's an ebook. It's sitting on my Kindle somewhere. Then from Libro.fm, I am part of their, what do they call it? Is it influencer? I can't remember. But anyhow, I'm part of that team. I used to be part of their book store team back when I worked at a bookstore, but that doesn't count anymore. So I'm part of their influencer team. So I get a few advanced listening copies that I can pick from every month. And sit down. There's usually I can pick up to 10. I think I did I get all 10? I probably did. I got close. So from Libro.fm, and I apologize that I'm going to go through this so quickly, but there's a ton of books to go through, and yeah, it's crazy. I picked up Faithbreaker from Hannah Kaner. Going to be checking that one out, and I will also try to pop up some pictures up here so you can get to take a look at it, even though I'm not going to go into details on all of them. I picked up House of Blight by Maxim M. Martineau. Hopefully I didn't butcher that. Sorry, Maxim, if I did. I picked up, and I've actually already finished The Raven Scholar by Antonia Hodgson. That still may be Antonia. I haven't talked to her. I will have to find out. But hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. That one was really good. I do have a book review for it as well. I picked up Somadina by, yeah, this one I'm going to apologize ahead of time. A Quakey Emazi. I'm so sorry. I apologize. So sad. I know I butchered that. I picked up Such Quiet Girls by Noelle Ilhe. Not sure about that last name. I picked up Depths of Vanolf by Brady Hunsaker. And just slowing it down a little bit so you have time to look at the photo. I picked up Down in the Sea of Angels by Kan Wong. I have picked up I See You've Called In Dead by John Kenny. Let's face it, the name alone got me interested in that book. And I picked The Sea Gives Up the Dead, no relation, by Molly Algwin, which is another one I'm super excited about. I just haven't been able to get to it yet. So that's everything I picked up from Libro.fm. If you're looking for something besides Amazon to spend your money at and you like audiobooks, definitely check them out. Love those guys. A piece of every sale goes to an independent bookstore that you get to choose. And so, yeah, I like to spend my money over there. All right. Another place I like to get books on the cheap is Chirp. I don't know if everybody's familiar with Chirp Books. It's another audio place. They usually do sale books. And they also have a thing out on Fridays where they send me. You get to pick from like 5 or 6 books. They're all free. I did actually spend 99 cents at Chirp this month because I did pick up one that was not a Friday freebie. But I digress. Let's knock these out. See Her Vanish by Riley Dark. Going to be listening to that sometime when I get a chance. Midnight Burning by Carissa Laurel. Going to be checking that one out. After the Rising by Orna Ross. Another one that I managed to sneak in there. Crouch Back by Sarah Woodbury. And then I managed to get, I still can't believe I got this one for free. Absent Pity by Blake Pierce. Managed to pick that up. And then I did drop my dollar on Cloak of Dragons by Jonathan Muller. Followed that up with The Coffee Killer by A.R. Shaw. You are going to notice a theme here. Most of my books are fantasy, sci-fi, or mystery. Some horror in there sometimes. Turned by Morgan Rice. Me checking that out. Looking at Ember and Stone by Megan O. Russell. Murder in St. Giles by Ashley Gardner and Jennifer Ashley. And then we're finishing it up. We picked up Out of Reach by Kate Bold. Got all of those. So that's what I spent at Chirp. Finishing up the audiobooks. I did get a couple from Audible. Yes, I know I talked about Libro, and I will be switching over my subscription to them. But when I first started doing my Jim Butcher read through for the Dresden Files, Book 1, Stormfront, was not available on, at least it wasn't at the time. I know that most of the books are on Libro now, but at the time it wasn't on Libro.fm. So I have had my subscription there until I finish off and I get all caught up with Dresden. So I did use my credit to pick up Changes by Jim Butcher. And then I dropped a whopping $3.99 on The Boy from the Woods by Harlan Coben. Going to be checking that one out. That's everything I spent at Audible. Now for the fun run. Yeah. All right. So I did get a bunch of stuff off of the Amazon website for all ebooks. We already went over my physical ones. Most expensive one was $5, all the way down to 99 cents. Well, actually, I should say all the way down to free because I did get a few free books from them as well. And then I did have some ebook credits from other stuff that I'd bought from Amazon. So I didn't count it because I would just use the credit, so I don't have the prices on there. But I did get a couple of books that I just spent credit on. This is the fun part. Buckle your seatbelts. I don't even know if I'm... I'm not even going to put all of the pictures up on this one. I do apologize that some of these are box sets and stuff that I managed to pick up because it was just, how can I pass up, one of them was 10 books for free. I'm willing to at least read book one and see what I think about it. So, all right, what do we got? Knocking it out here. Heart of Defiance by Eva Chase. Haunting of the Briar Rose by Skylar Finn. Almost Dark by Letitia Trent. The Forever Life by Craig Robertson. Neon Horizon, books 1 through 3 by Michael Robertson. I think I typoed there. I don't think it's a real word. I think I'm supposed to have written Infinite Vampire, not Infinite Vampire. Books 1 through 4 by M. Lorax. Guild of the Eternal Flame, books 1 through 5 by Talia Beckett. The Dream Masters by Katie Pryor. The Unforgiving Minute by Paul Cassell. Jurassic Dead by David Sackmeister and Rick Chesler. Zombie by Ian Rob Wright. Just Cause, which I believe was a comic book, by Ian Thomas Healy. Atomic Fireflies by A.C. Merkel. The Witching Hour, books 1 through 10, which was by a bunch of different authors. I don't have them all listed here. I just wrote various. So yeah, that is a group project there. Silent Deceptions by Evelyn Vale. False Tidings by Stephen J. Grant. The Original by Brandon Sanderson. And I just wrote the last names. Oh my goodness. Cowell. I can't. I've got a book by her somewhere. I want to say Marionette. I'm sorry, Cowell. I'm pretty sure the first name is a variation of Mary. I don't know what I did there. I thought for sure I was going to remember that. I'm so sorry. That one I might pop up here just to give her name credit. Apologies. Monster Academy Semester 1 by Holly Hook. The Vision Prelude by Joshua Landeros. Cold West by Clayton Snyder. And I did spend a whopping 99 cents. I picked up Joe Pickett by C.J. Box. Going to be giving that one a try. I've heard great things about the Joe Pickett series, and I've just never gotten around to it. So, knocking that one out. Again, I apologize that I went through those so quickly. I am not going to be doing all the ebooks for next month. I just pick up way too many ebooks. Plus, I've actually tried, once I realized how many I was getting, I realized some of these are never going to get off my TBR pile. They're never going to be read. So I wanted to give a shout out to the authors that, the books looked interesting. I picked them up. But yeah, I'm trying to clear that back. I only read 6 books last month and I picked up 50 almost. So yeah, it's the wrong direction. I'm still probably going to pick up more books than I'm actually going to get to. But I am going to at least try to behave myself. I'm going to be a little more picky in some of the offers that I get sent. Not that I'm complaining, mind you. This is in no way, shape, or form a complaint. I just feel like, especially, it's weird. I feel like if I buy a physical book and I don't read it, I've at least supported the author. But if I take one of these that's a freebie, I feel like I at least owe the author a read. And I looked at my Kindle the other day because you can go on and check out my Kindle, and it tells you how many books are in your Kindle library. And it's over 1,000 right now. Way more than half of those are unread. Yeah, I have problems. Anyhow. I know. So anyhow, that was my ridiculously huge book haul, if you count the all of the ebooks and audiobooks that I picked up. Next month, I probably will still at least go over my Libra audiobooks because those are usually advanced listening copies, so I always like to give them a little shout out. And yeah, obviously I will count my physical books, but I am not going to go through all of the ebooks, chirp books, audible books, and stuff that I picked up. Unless I actually bought it. If I bought it, I will tell you about it. But I'm going to try to behave myself on some of these excess books where it's like, it's free. How can I pass that up? Well, I mean, if I'm never actually going to read it, does it matter to me if it's free or not? However, for those of you who are always, worried about there's always more books out there and you don't have the huge budget for them, I hope you realize, like I said, the ebooks and audiobooks as a whole, I spent $14 and got almost 50 of them. If you take out the one, two, three, four, five I paid for, two more that I used credit on. If you take those seven out, I still got 40 books for $0. So you can get some books out there if you sign up. I'm signed up for BookBub. I'm signed up for Books Spry. I almost said Book Sky. Book Spry. There's ePatty. Anyhow, there's a Patty newsletter that sends out a bunch of free ones. Chirp sends me the stuff every Friday for freebies and also lets me know when there's other sales. Amazon, obviously, and then of course there's also a lot of these. I'm signed up for Macmillan. I'm signed up for Daw. I'm signed up for Penguin Random House. I'm signed up for all those newsletters, so I get sent stuff all the time. Now, some of you may not want all of that stuff coming into your inbox. You don't have time for that. But I do say you can save a lot of book money by following these and seeing what's on sale, when it's on sale. And like I said, sometimes you even get freebies. So, anyhow, thanks again to Tor for sending me out the map of the interior. Thanks again to Simon & Schuster for sending me Enemy at the Gates. I always appreciate that when I get those books coming in from the publishers. Because I really, really do like to read, and I also do have somewhat of a budget. So I am not independently wealthy. That's all I'm saying. Hope you guys see something interesting in here that you enjoyed, and hope you find yourself a 5-star read. Talk to you later, guys.